Cruel, hideous, despicable, evil. That is how a Tampa federal judge described Stephen Lorenzo and the crimes he committed before sentencing him to 200 years in prison. A jury convicted Lorenzo of drugging 9 men before sexually torturing them. News Channel 8's Samar Sotis attended the sentencing hearing today, which Sam, I understand, was very emotional.
You know, Gail, it was not only for those who attended the hearing, but it was particularly emotional for the judge, who said that this trial simply shell-shocked him. He said in his 35-year legal career, he has never encountered such a vile case. The judge's powerful...
I hope you feel the fear as we did, as we begged and pleaded for mercy. I hope you feel the pain each and every day of what you've done.
Outside the federal courthouse in Tampa, Albert Perkins read a letter he wrote to Stephen Lorenzo. Earlier inside, Lorenzo smirked and laughed as he listened to Perkins' letter. Perkins is one of Lorenzo's rape victims.
So when I saw that smirk on his face, it upset me. I just was caught by surprise to see that reaction from him.
Filled with visible emotion and anger, U.S. District Court Judge Richard Lazara sentenced Steve Lorenzo to the maximum, 200 years in federal prison. In November, a jury convicted Lorenzo of using GHB to drug 9 men before sexually torturing them. Lorenzo's attorney, Donald...
A psychopath and a predator. Tough words from a judge who handed down the toughest sentence he could give, 200 years in prison for the man who drugged, raped, and sexually tortured men. Good evening, I'm Bob Height.
I'm Gail Searins. Thank you for joining us this evening. Late last year, a federal jury found Stephen Lorenzo guilty of 10 counts of sexually torturing men that he hunted down across the Bay Area. But today's sentencing could be the end to just one chapter of a very complicated case. News Channel 8's Samar Sotis started covering the story before Lorenzo was arrested. She joins us now with today's development. Sam?
Gail, when Stephen Lorenzo was about to be sentenced today, the judge asked him if he had anything to say. Lorenzo told him he had a lot to say, but now is not the time. The judge asked, if not now, then when? Lorenzo answered, someday. That just enraged the judge more, who said he hopes Steve Lorenzo never sees the light of day again. The judge called his home in Seminole Heights a chamber of horrors, and the man who lived inside a psychopathic predator. In sentencing 47-year-old Stephen Lorenzo to the maximum 200 years in prison, U.S. District Judge Richard Lazara became emotional and angry, saying nothing prepared him for the despicable, evil, and vile crimes in this case. The judge's powerful message and harsh sentence left victims and family of victims relieved.
He deserves where he should be today, and I hope he has to sleep with one eye open at all times.
Justice can happen. It's long, it's hard, but it can happen.
Last November, a jury convicted Lorenzo of giving the date rape drug GHB to 9 men in order to sexually torture them. Prosecutors presented evidence that Lorenzo raped them and killed 2, 26-year-olds Jason Galehouse and Michael Wachholtz. Today, none of Lorenzo's family or friends appealed to the judge for a lighter sentence. Lorenzo's attorney, Donald Harrison, said there was no point to ask for mercy. His office keep offering the same response to us, that they are working on it, even as we have recently passed the 2-year anniversary of the murders.
All right, Sam, thank you. In Sam's story, you had. But on Friday, when a federal judge sentenced Lorenzo to 200 years behind bars, one of Lorenzo's living victims stepped forward to share his feelings about the man who raped him. Later, News Channel 8's Samar Sotis sat down with the 34-year-old man for a one-on.
I hope you feel the fear as we did, as we begged and pleaded for mercy.
After he read the letter in court on Friday, he shared it with TV cameras.
I hope you feel the pain each and every day of what you've done.
When Albert Perkins spoke these words to Stephen Lorenzo in court, Lorenzo laughed. Later, Perkins sat down with me to talk about facing his rapist in court and healing from the worst humiliation of his life.
It was those eyes that's haunted me for a long time, and being upset, that's what excited him.
Perkins escaped and called Tampa police the next day, but said officers brushed him off. In time, though, investigators identified Perkins as one of at least 9 victims and asked him to testify about what happened. Perkins said it was the hardest thing he's ever had to do, but it restored his dignity.
He took that from me, and I had to take it back, and this is partly my way of doing that.
Perkins doesn't consider himself courageous for coming forward to investigators or to us. He sees it as a duty.
You have to report it, man or woman. It's important to get something like that off the street. This could be your brother, your mother, or your sister. Would you want that to happen to somebody?
For the first time in years, Albert Perkins says he's finally found closure. But he hopes in prison, Stephen Lorenzo always feels the fear he imposed upon so many others. Samara Sotis, News Channel 8.
Tampa.
Over the past several years, we've told you about many attacks on U.S. soldiers involving IEDs, improvised explosive devices. It is the weapon of choice.